Hello and good evening. Hello, I'm back again. It takes a bit of time to put mad people to bed, but there we go. I don't know if you want another quiz or not, but here I am. There's not many here, so it's probably not worth bothering. But Susie Ashenden, thank you, and thank you for coming in. Perhaps we just have a conversation instead. We'll save the quiz for another day. It's probably better. Um, I think maybe that's a better thing to do. Kevin Gallagher, thank you, and Paulie, and yes, it's very difficult to deal with a person of that type. They're not well, so yeah. Um, I can do another quiz, but I'm not really enthusiastic to do it. But if you want, let's talk about some more topics precisely. So, okay, let's have some topics. If you want to do topics, we can do topics. Well, no, not me tell you a story. Ask me some questions. Let's start with a few questions from you, and maybe that'll lead to a few other things that we can lead into. So, I'd like to know about. I'd like to know all about you. Tell me some stories about things that you want to talk about. So I'm going to sit back in the chair. Um, I'm sorry, I don't have any cushions in the chair, and frankly, the chair is like a mile away from this, so it looks ridiculous. I'm just going to try and get a couple of cushions. If I can find some. There's one. There's two. And there's three. Right. Okay. Right. I think that might be enough to keep me going. So, yeah, now I can sit here now upright. Right, okay. So, tell us a bit about you, you say. Well, I say tell you a bit about, I'd like to know a bit about you. Tell me about you. Let's do this. Um, I'm going to close the window because I don't want all these moths coming in. Quite frankly. There we go. It is a little bit of a moth central place. There we go. So, why is Kitty being protected? Well, my answer to that question will be wait till he dies. Wait till he dies. I don't think he'll be protected after that. People will say, "Oh, we never really knew." Well, we all knew, didn't we? So that's our answer to Kitty. Kitty, Kitty, throw it in the kitty. Nice guy. Right. Why is now's your chance to bag him? Nobody is going to get him whilst he's alive because he's already got away with it once. So he's protected. He'll do okay for the moment. He's a nasty, nasty piece of work. And nasty people tend to win whilst they're alive, in his case. And then when he goes to hell, which is where he belongs, you know, revolting little man that he is. Everyone will say, "Oh well, oh dear, we got it so wrong." That's what will be said of little rat, and he is a rat. He's one of the worst of them. So I'm not a fan of Kitty. Those that know who Kitty is know. Kitty is not a nice man. Anyway, we don't say cheers to Kitty, we say bog off. Well, we'll see what happens with him. But anyway, wicked evil little rat. So that's Kitty. Okay, next question. Who is protecting him? Well, I think we all know the establishment. He likes his calendar. He's very into his calendar, and he gets very upset if his calendar isn't number one every year. So he's a little bit of a temper tantrum prone little brat. His little sidekick Scylla is no longer around, and he does have Inglorious, as I call her, the Hunniford woman, and she is another. Well, what does she add to the world? Absolutely zilch, there and out. She's totally awful, that woman. Absolutely common and revolting. And lowbrow is definitely something you associate with her. What about the vicar? His little companion. No one is allowed to talk about the vicar. So there we go. Anyway, I'm not stirring the pot enough, am I? I have tried a little bit here. Anyway, Mr. Sir Cliff, the man who allowed Captain Tom Moore and the lovely Hannah Ingram Moore, the woman who stole all the money from the charity, to stay with him and to visit him and spend time with him and all the rest of it on Barbados, where it killed him. Lovely class act that by you, Hannah Ingram Moore. Now that's not Cliff's fault, I will say. That's the fault of the daughter. And then we've got the vicar. Class act that is. No one's allowed to talk about the vicar. So the vicar. Yeah. Plenty going on with old Cliffy. Fallen off the cliff, have we, Cliff? Classy Cliff. Right. Well, I played the videos to some very substantial people, and every one of them has taken a look and went, that man is a wrong 'un. There we go. And that's what we feel about you, Cliff Richard. We just don't like you. But that's not anything other than subjective. We just don't like you. There are other people who love you, I'm sure. They think you're fabulous. But you were lying on the kitchen floor crying like a little baby and all the rest of it. Oh, good for you, you pathetic little specimen. I just don't like you. I think you're a revolting little man. Awful. So no, I'm no fan of Cliff Richard. Tell him to shove it up his whatever. He'd probably enjoy that. I don't know what he wants to have it shoved up, but he's just a total weirdo. And that poor woman, Sue Barker, she didn't really want to be involved with you, did she? So that's another load of old hot air. Everything to do with Cliff Richard is a load of old your cartoons and all the rest. And you're no doubt going to sue me. Well, go ahead and sue me, Kitty. Thanks. Come on, Kitty. Bring it on. Nice guy, aren't you? I'm not a great fan of Cliff Richard. I just think he's just a deeply unpleasant man. So I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of lots of wonderful people, but right, what's the next question? Another question. Let's have another question. Kitty was connected to Jill Dando. Maybe not. They were friends. Those two were friends, but that doesn't mean that there's any connection in the murder case. No, I would say not. Your theory is interesting, but I would say perhaps a little bit wild. Okay, next question. Oh, well. Why do I know more than most of you? I don't know very much more than anybody, really. I just know information. I find out information because I'm a bit like Seamus Heaney. I have a trowel and I dig with it. And I just dig until I find whatever I can find. And I'm into facts. I like facts. If I don't find a fact, I'm not really interested. There are many stories, like today, there was somebody who wrote to me this morning, and it was the most ridiculous, stupid thing. It said that Keir Starmer, I don't like Keir Starmer, and you don't like Keir Starmer, and nobody likes Keir Starmer. But it said Keir Starmer was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, as an expert on this topic, because I am a bit of a knowledgeable source, no, wrong, completely wrong. And I corrected them. I just cannot understand why people tell lies. Just because we don't like Keir Starmer, it doesn't mean he's involved with Jeffrey Epstein. There's no link between the two. Of course, the Labour Party had a huge link, Robert Maxwell, with the Labour Party. And then, of course, Peter Mandelson has currently still a huge link with Epstein, Trump, and all the rest of them, Ghislaine, because they were all friends. So there we go. I point out facts, not fiction. And this man got very upset that I dared question his stupid story, because his story was a load of old rot. It's just nonsense. We can't have lie telling, can we? So there we go. Anyway, cheers to you all. Well, shortly I shall be going to jail, to bed, sorry, and jail. I feel like jail. I'm very tired, so it's time for me to put up and shut up and all the rest of it shortly because it's not the correct thing to do to carry on. So I think I ought to go to sleep shortly. So the little bird is getting upset, so I'm going to have to go and deal with the little bird. So what I'm going to do is, unless you have you any more questions? Right. No, it is time to go to sleep. We'll do 2 quizzes tomorrow. I'm sorry, it's just I'm tired, so I must go to sleep. And I must deal with this bird because this bird is making a racket, and it's only going to become a pest to the neighbours, and then they're going to kill it. And I don't want it to be killed. So anyway, I will leave you and say thank you very much. Night, night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. You're all wonderful. Thank you very much. And I'm just going to go and give the little bird a bit of a hello and see how it's doing. Give it a bit more water. And then tomorrow we'll talk again. So take care. Thank you very much. And good night. Take care. That's enough for one night. Okay. Thank you. I didn't realize that we wouldn't last very long, but if you want to go, if we want to keep going, we can keep going, but I think it's better we start again tomorrow. So, right, okay, we'll begin tomorrow because there weren't very many people here anyway, so let's do it again tomorrow. Take Take care. Good night and night night. Bye bye.